Previously on American Fighter Pilot. As Marcus was bringing a new life into the world, he and the other pilots were learning how to kill.
So that bullets come right through my body and blow my heart out on the dash. That's the last thing I see before I die.
That jet was designed for one purpose, to kill their aircraft.
Giggy came out with guns blazing.
Take the shot.
I hope to be a prolific killer.
Crack and kill.
But Mike's overconfidence
Think you can teach a monkey to land it?
came back to haunt him when he failed his first flight.
Why don't you do something about that red light that says canopy?
That is not good.
Canopy light.
This is a non-effective ride. Take this jet back and park it.
If a monkey can fly this, why can't he?
For Mike, it became one busted ride after another.
Crack and kill.
You have to go to what we call a prog check. It's kind of a fancy name, really, for an elimination ride.
Causing him to be on the verge of washing out.
He's hanging by the thread, and it's really up to him whether he creates the rope or it snaps.
Will Mike bounce back?
If I bust this ride, I'm done.
Three men, 110 days of training to fly the F-15 Eagle, the greatest fighter jet in the sky. Only one will be Top Gun. In the end, war awaits, and a nation is calling for heroes. Tonight, the quest to be Top Gun continues.
We're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation.
It's an unfortunate situation. Getsno has busted several rides. He's not winning the fight, he's getting gunned by his IP.
This is a difficult program, and you basically have 3 bad days that you're allowed, and you could definitely not have those 3 bad days in a row, and unfortunately, that's the case for him.
How did this happen? Just a couple of days ago, everything was going pretty decent. You just feel sick. No matter how you look at it, the bottom line is you got one more ride to prove that you can do this, or you're not gonna fly this plane anymore. I call my dad and let him know how the training's going.
Hey, Dad. Got a minute?
I could tell from the tone of his voice that something was tough, wasn't going right. I thought things were going good.
I basically told him that I had a fairly important ride coming up, and I maybe would be back in a different airplane sooner than later, and if things didn't go well on it.
I may wash out.
Maybe it's time for you to believe in yourself.
He gives me the advice that I think any dad would give his son to, just do your best.
You want to quit? You want to come home? No. Well, okay, well, suck it up. You got to figure out a way to do it. Probably the greatest lesson that you learn from not winning is how bad it hurts. I know you'll get it done.
Thanks. I love you, Dad.
All right, talk to you later. Good luck. Reach inside yourself and find that whatever it takes.
He was my football coach back when I was a kid, and kind of takes that football mentality. I don't care what you have to do, just get it done.
You may not be as strong, you may not be as fast, you may not be as big, but there's a way. Let's find it. Let's do it. Suck it up. Let's get the job done.
Hey, what happened here?
Love busted 4XX?
Yep.
That guy's going through some hell.
And I was on a prog.
Prog ride with meat.
Progress check means you're about to be eliminated from the course unless you get your act together.
Progress check is the do or die ride. That's the fancy name for an elimination ride. You don't want to go to a progress check.
That's going to be a tough ride. Hope he makes it.
Got a chance. Could happen, though.
Essentially, Colonel Mintz is the most experienced F-15 pilot here at Tyndall Air Force Base. Lieutenant Colonel Mintz is the big bad wolf here at Tyndall.
I'm good to go on Monday.
When you get right down to it, any progress check pilot is going to be an intimidating figure to any student. The guy that will potentially end his career with one stroke of the pen.
Okay, cool.
When you're flying, any little detail that you leave out can be the one detail that kills you. Now that I have my daughter at home, it's been tougher to study because I enjoy a lot more being with my daughter than putting in a lot of extra time studying. It's easier to take for granted your time with your wife just because you can always go back and apologize. But as I watch Hannah grow, she grows so fast, and you can never go back, you can never get that experience back. When it's all said and done, there'll be a point in my life where I stop flying, but I'm still going to remain a husband and a father. Really, that's more important than anything else.
Pat's being a brand new dad, if we see him distracted and not 100% focused on flying this jet, he will not finish this program. But even worse than training, he could do something stupid in the jet and kill himself. And we have to prevent that before it happens.
Mike Love is going up for a progress check. Are you ready to go?
Sir.
If you fail a certain number of rides, we conduct an evaluation ride where we determine whether or not you'll continue in the program. It's critical that you max perform the airplane. Do not be looking for shots in here. Don't be greedy and go for the kill right on the first turn. One of the problems that's led him to this ride is so far he's not reacting to what the bandit's doing. He's just mechanically doing what he's been taught without making adjustments for what is actually going on.
Crack and kill. There's a lot of question marks, a lot of doubt in Get-Snow's mind about his ability to do this. And guess what? Those are rightfully there because we have the same doubts. He's had several opportunities up to this point. Now he's going to have to win. If he doesn't do that, he's going to have to go do something else for a living.
What I don't have is any preconceived notions from flying with him in the past, and that's the whole idea behind a project, a neutral set of eyes coming in. Don't point at the guy. The only time you should be pointing at me today is when you can shoot me with something.
Get-Snow's responsibility from this point on is to prove to us that maybe this was just one bump in the road. This was just one stumble. We're not going to have to work this hard to teach him how to do everything that's required of an F-15 pilot.
It's still an instructional mission, so if you got questions, ask them. I'm looking at the big picture. Do I want this guy flying on my wing in combat someday? If he passes, he'll continue in F-15 training. If he fails this ride, he's done.
Today is a very pivotal day for Mike. This is going to define the rest of his life. This is a point that we all fear in this program. Fear in this program.
Come on, yes, no. Hurry up. Mike Love knows that the call I make at the end of this ride is going to determine what he does for the rest of his Air Force career. So I'm going to watch him the whole time.
Driving out to the jet, probably 1,000 things racing through my mind.
The only time you should be pointing at me is when you can shoot me with something. Again, this tends to be one of your problem areas. It's critical that you max perform the airplane.
Progress check is the do or die ride.
Trying to get my game face on. Last opportunity to convince myself that I'm ready to do this ride all right.
Suck it up. You gotta figure out a way to do it.
All he has to do is maintain an offensive position and kill that bandit. Colonel Mintz, in this case, simulating the bandit. When we refer to a target as a bandit, this is a guy now that we have identified as hostile, i.e., he is trying to come do damage to us or what we're protecting, and he's about to get shot. If he can do that, he has met the standard and he's ready to go on to the next phase.
Mike Love is brand new in the F-15. He's probably got 15 hours in the aircraft. I've got almost 3,000 hours. He's going to try and defeat me in combat. It'll be very difficult because he has such little experience in the aircraft.
The first setup's going to be the 3,000-foot offensive. 1 is ready. 2 is ready.
From the time that clock starts ticking, Guest-No has 40 seconds to kill, and that might be the last 40 seconds he has in this training program.
Fights on, fights on.
You know, you're each doing 450 knots, basically 1,000 feet from each other's canopies, and it's just like whoosh. You're doing everything you can to get some advantage on him, to beat him.
I don't want him just pointing at me because he won't get a shot by doing that. I want to see him get into a position where he can shoot me.
Come on, come on!
I need to close the distance down to only a few hundred feet so that I can employ the gun, that I can put the sight on to the bandit and squeeze the trigger and get an effective kill.
Come on, damn it. Lock on! Damn it. Come on. Crack and kill. Come, knock it off. Crack and kill. Crack and kill. Crack and kill. Yeah.
Talk about a load of bricks being lifted off of my shoulders. That was an awesome feeling. I didn't over-G an airplane. I didn't scrape the tails landing the airplane or run off the runway. I locked my canopy. I got that stuff down today, so I thought this ride had gone much better than the previous.
Things you could have done better, probably not much of anything. That engagement works out real nice.
So that's the magic words.
As soon as I jink, you now have me where you want me.
You're back there saddled up and gunning the guy. And that alone gives you some pretty good confidence.
Timing's good, brake turn's good. You did a real nice job.
You did well today. To see those words written on a grade sheet, finally.
I don't think my dad expects me to fail or wash out. I think he thought I'd get it done. He's proud of me right now.
Get pumped up, keep working hard. You were well prepared today. That's going to be one of your keys to success.
Basically, you're graded on a 1, 2, or a 3 scale. 1 means you can't hack it, you're not doing it right. 2 means you meet the standards, and 3 means you exceed the standards, and you rarely see anything like that. To my knowledge, he performed at a 3 level. For him to just absolutely go out there and show them, hey, you know, all that was a farce. I know exactly what I'm doing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Completing this ride as successfully was a great relief. It was, you can't get relief like that.
We've got a brand new group of students that have hit the door now, and they're going through the solo party.
Now that the new class has moved into the squadron, it's time for the next group of guys to perform their rites of passage.
I think the most significant thing about the brand new class being in the squadron for our boys is the fact that they aren't the lowest on the food chain anymore. They're not worried about being highlighted because they're not the focus of attention.
Now that there's another group of students in the squadron, I feel like that veteran student. I feel like that seasoned student that I've already been through the things that they're about to go through.
4-5, a new dopey man! Dopey man! I want to give up the hat!
When new guys show up in the squadron, they definitely look at you with a little bit of respect because they know you've earned your keep at least that far into the program. So that's kind of cool to see that sort of respect in somebody's eyes.
Now when I walk into the squadron, I am a lot more confident. I'm not just the new guy in the block, I'm part of that squadron. I look at them and it makes me realize how much we learned. In just a short time, I can see how far we've already gone.
That's it! We're adjourned!
Mom's gonna do the video.
Mike is taking his family down to Disney World. It's important right now because they're turning up the heat. We're going to start training for real combat, and the program's only going to get more intense from this point on.
I feel Michael went into the program just so excited that he was finally getting to do what he wanted to do, and he really didn't realize that it may mean sacrificing the family.
My biggest mistake was not having a plan to successfully take care of this course and deal with my family.
It's extremely difficult to be a wife of, student pilot. You always feel second, like the fighter world comes first and his friends, and you're just kind of the leftovers. The leftovers.
Hey, Braden, where are we at? Disney World, okay.
The long days. That's just a fact of life in the military. You can't get around that one, except by doing things like taking them to Disney World and see if you can buy off their affections. Daddy's been bad for 6 weeks, so let's go to Disney World.
There's Broderick and Braden at Disney World.
Even though he's working a lot and at work, that, the time he spends with his kids means more to the kids than, he may even realize.
They need him as much as I need him.
To be able to devote all of my attention to my wife and kids, it's like the ultimate dream vacation.
Broderick and Braden got their new hats.
I don't have to say, well, I'm sorry, I've got to go do this, or I've got to go do that. I don't have to apologize. I get to just be a dad, and nothing but a dad.
Disney World was wonderful, awesome. We had a great time. I was able to be with my husband, and it was a great day, great day.
Merkin, I heard you got the 2-for-1 deal, one sortie.
Second vertical jink in afterburner.
It's a vertical jink or is this
9.6 Gs.
Yeah. Whoa. The cool thing that we're all noticing about Merkin is that he's starting to assimilate much better in the fraternity.
Mr. Bones.
Here. we are all, as instructors, starting to see him mold a little bit more toward the personality of a fighter pilot and how he fits into this team.
What is with the dude?
I almost think that he's feeling a little silly about highlighting himself in a negative way, so that's good to see.
Here's how I kind of see it with the hair thing. I didn't mean to stand out, but the bottom line was I really stood out because I decided that that might be a good idea. And I've been told more than once that that probably wasn't the best idea I've ever had.
This guy actually has the potential to be a great F-15 fighter pilot. The one thing, though, is that he's got a long way to go to prove to us that he can be a team player.
I think you have to earn respect in the squadron. It is not given to anybody, you know? You have to earn it from day one.
It gives us a sense of pride because we gave some direction to a guy, and he's heeding that. He's learning from what we talked about. We just expect him to continue to progress with a good, strong attitude and be as good as he can possibly be.
My plan is to be the best Eagle driver I can be the best guy I can in the squadron. That's it, bottom line.
Dudes, welcome to ACM, Air Combat Maneuvering. This is the phase of the course. We're going to now be a team, and we're just going to kick the crap out of anything that shows up around us. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into it.
ACM, Air Combat Maneuvering. Situation: 2 F-15s are attacked by a lone enemy bandit. Mission: work as a team to kill the bandit without killing each other. Goal: first training simulation of a real war.
Today's purposes is get us ready for the ACM phase, okay? Let's nail it down. In ACM, 2 F-15s are flying together in formation. The instructor pilot, who's the flight lead, and the student pilot, who's the wingman. At some point, they will be attacked without warning, usually from directly behind by a bandit. They have to work together to kill that bandit without shooting or hitting each other.
It's the first time the student is going to go out and be a wingman. And now we're acting as a team.
It's, hey, we've just killed everybody long range, and there's one lone MiG-29 out there, or maybe he's right at our 6. How do the two of us work together as a team to kill this guy?
If you are the engaged fighter, what is your responsibility? You're responsible to kill this guy, but you got to survive as well. You don't want to be shooting with your bud sitting out here right near where that missile's looking.
This is the first time where you could potentially shoot the wrong person. Just because you got someone locked up and you're in a position to shoot him, you may not, because you don't know if this guy's a good guy or bad guy. So you've got to go through and decide and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the right guy to shoot and that it's not your flight lead.
Do you have to call engage in order to kill a guy? No, dude, don't freaking say anything. Just come in there and kill that guy, because part of the support fighter's role is to kill the dude.
It's about being in formation. It's about working the radar. It's about communicating to me what's going on with your radar. It's a 100% 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week trust contract. And that's what being a wingman is all about.
I don't want to not maneuver my jet in such a way that I don't protect my flight lead. I don't want to miss my opportunity to kill the bandit, because if I don't do those things, I won't have to worry about what it's like to go to war in the F-15, because I won't get to fly the F-15.
If you can't go in there and get a kill, what are you going to do next? You're going to be some giant high-speed cheerleader flying through this thing? No, you're directing, describing, and then passing your intentions as either the flight leader or the wingman.
The ACM phase is historically the one phase of training that has always produced the most mid-air collisions. So the fact of the matter is you start throwing another aircraft into the mix, and it's going to up the risk level just in general.
ACM is a lot of pressure. There's pressure on all of us to do well, and I know that Patch is up first, so pressure's on.
All of my life I've been training to become part of the Combat Air Force. Very soon, I could be in a war. This is the chance where you prove that you are an important part of the element. I can't afford to think about my family. I can't afford to have other thoughts enter my mind because I've got to focus on what's going on. I'm sure the instructor pilots are concerned about, am I going to be 100% into this flight?
Bean is going up today as Patch's flight lead, and Patch is going to be Bean's wingman. Patch's job is to work with Bean to find that bandit, and if required, kill that bandit without shooting or hitting Bean. That will get him a passing grade in ACM.
This is the most dangerous sortie that Patch Greger has ever flown. It's also the most dangerous time for him to be distracted. My concern is that his head's in the right ballgame.
When I fly with Colonel Freeney, it's not just like flying with the instructor, it's like flying with your boss. I want Colonel Freeney to have a good impression.
2-1-2, we're holding hands. Hands in this position. 2-1's ready. 2-2 ready. Stop.
When you're sitting there, not knowing where the bandit is, you know that something is about to happen, and it's probably not going to be good. But the whole world kind of slows down. Nothing's really moving quick. You got the hair on the back of your neck standing up, butterflies in your gut, your cranium spinning around with all these different thoughts of things that could happen. And then all of a sudden, wham, there the guy is, and you didn't expect it.
Oh, fight on. Speed at 6 o'clock, about 8,000 feet. Come on, where is he?
That bandit suddenly attacks and engages Patch. Patch has to take immediate defensive maneuvers to survive. It takes complete concentration on just flying the jet.
Bandit's on you. 2, you're engaged. Press 2, you're defensive. Bandit's engaging you, 2.
Your mind is spinning because a million different things could happen, and you're trying to figure out how to solve all of them at the same time. It all comes down to this. Patch has to max perform this jet and work with Bean to survive against this bandit.
Bogey dope. 2.
My flight lead saw the bandit directly behind me, so my flight lead caused the brake.
2, brake left.
Your heart is immediately racing. Your life may be almost over. There may be a missile that's just about to hit you. You don't know if you're about to explode. It's time for survival. We execute an immediate brake turn to try to get him out from behind us.
Patch has done a good job of surviving and fighting, and now the bandit decides to switch on to Bean.
2-1's engaged defensive. 2, go out northeast.
Patch has to switch from that defensive mindset to an offensive mindset and kill that bandit before the bandit kills Bean. But Patch has to remain focused and not shoot Bean in the process.
When the bandit switches is now targeting your flight lead. Your flight lead is now doing his best job to stay alive. Now it's up to you to get to a position of advantage to where you can get rid of this guy so you can both get out of here.
Visual, press 2. 2, in from the south.
Patch does a good job, stays focused, and gets a quick lock on the bandit.
Two, step watch, engaged. 2, kill bandit, left-hand turn.
Patch calls a kill on the bandit and immediately gets back into 2-ship formation, and that's a job well done.
Now that ACM is over, I've finally flown with the instructor on my side. We've made it through this together. I haven't let him down. I've been an important part of his team. He's had to rely on to keep himself alive.
We initially had some concerns about Patch's ability to remain focused and concentrate after having a new baby. Was he going to be able to continue in this course and not let up? Now we've seen him pass that first big test in ACM, and fortunately for him, his mind is still in the game. You know, we'll see what happens for Patch next, because it only gets tougher from here.
Bye, Bubby.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, honey. Have a good day.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I just didn't do well in basic fighter maneuvers. I have no more rides left to use up. I used all of my extra training rides to get me through BFM, through the project. I absolutely just can't afford to not pass rides. If I mess up in any phase in training for the rest of this program, I'm out.
As Gitsno enters this ACM engagement, this guy has got one big objective in my mind. He has got to reestablish confidence with himself. I'm going to fly Gitsno's ACM ride, and I guarantee you one of the big things I'm going to be looking for is his confidence.
Tim 2 ready. Ready, 6 o'clock level. Fights on, fights on.
At the fight's on, the bandit is lined up behind Colonel Freeney.
Dude, Tally 1 there. Pointing at you. Vegas on me. 2-1's engaged defensive.
In Getsno's ACM, the bandit shows up directly behind Bean unobserved. That puts Getsno very quickly in a critical position. Now he has to find that bandit, get a lock before the bandit shoots Bean.
In the middle of this ACM engagement, I get locked up. The bandit locks me up. My radar warning receiver goes off. I understand that I'm getting shot at, so I go into a full defensive mode.
Tomb 1, tally ho, defensive. Tomb 2, engage the bandit. Tomb 2, copy.
This is a difficult problem, but realistic. This is exactly what happens in combat.
Tomb 1, 7 o'clock level, mile and a half.
While I'm trying to pick up the bandit, he's prosecuting an attack on Bean.
Come on, come on. Vegas on me. Tomb 2, spike 6 close, play.
And in fact ends up killing Colonel Freeney.
Tomb 1's dead. Tomb 1's dead. Damn it. Tomb 1's dead. Tomb 1's dead.
The bandit shoots and kills Bean.
My flight leads died, and it's just me and the bandit. He, of course, switches to me.
Now Bean is dead, and that could happen in actual combat. Now it's all up to Getsno. He needs to prove to us that he can get the job done and kill this bandit. He needs to prove to us that he can get the job done and kill this bandit. That bandit comes out of nowhere and immediately attacks Bean.
Tomb 1's dead.
The bandit is now completely focused on Getsno. He now has to forget about everything in the past and show us that strength and honor by killing that bandit. If he does this successfully, then he wins and he has what it takes to go to combat.
Bandit killed one guy in the engagement. You don't want to let him kill both of you. I want to find the guy and kill him and not die while I'm doing it.
Damn it! Bastard's right on my ass.
You just work to get that visual on the bandit and keep doing your best. You can't focus on the fact that you didn't see him right away.
Getsno sees that bandit breaking back into him, and the fangs just dive straight down through the floorboard at this point. Getsno has to do his very best brake turn and try to get a radar lock. It's time to kill that bandit. And now the hunted becomes the hunter.
Come Come on, damn it. Lock on.
You kill my flight lead, but now you get the chance to die.
Come on. Come on. Kill Bandit, right-hand turn.
Bandit, copy kill.
2-2, knock it off. Yes! See ya, bastard.
This was still a successful engagement for Getsnow. He kept his cool, he kept his composure, he found and killed the bandit. And as a result, his confidence just has to be going straight through the roof. All that experience that he came into this program with is now starting to pay off for him.
We wanted to kill the bandit. That was our objective. Why is that successful? Well, we don't want to lose F-15s, but an Eagle could potentially be lost. We were already starting off behind the 8-ball. Would have been better if we both lived, but the bandit still dies, and that was what we were out to do today.
Merkin's responsibility during his ACM fight is to prove one thing to us, and that's that he can be a team player. Especially in ACM, this is no day at the beach. Merkin and I are going to go out and fly his ACM ride together.
Well, I gotta tell you, when I looked up at the scheduling board and I see my name up there with Shark, I was like, oh, God, you gotta be kidding me. It puts pressure on me to fly with Shark, because everybody looks up to him. He's the most critical eye. He finds the mistakes, even with the instructors. My idealistic image of myself is to be Shark.
Todd talks a lot about instructor pilot Shark like he is the greatest thing on the face of the earth, and he basically wants to be Shark.
The biggest thing I'm looking at as his weapons officer and instructor pilot is for him to display strength and honor. Strength and honor being a team player. If we ever find ourselves in an actual combat situation, I have to be able to count on him, or one of us might not come home.
Yeah, I'm not going out there to shoot my IP. I'm going to go out there and work with him. I hope I can show him by the end of the ride that, hey, you know, I'm not a bad guy to have on your team.
Judge 1's ready.
Judge 2 ready.
Fight's on.
Fight's on, and I've heard those words before, but that's definitely the adrenaline rush.
But all of a sudden, that bandit ends up directly behind my 6 o'clock. As soon as you see a bandit attacking you and trying to kill you, the adrenaline goes right through the roof.
Judge 2, break left, break left.
The bandit is shooting at me.
And it's on me.
I'm doing everything I can to survive, and I'm like, dude, you need to be seeing this guy right now. You want to be a team player? Get over here and get this guy, because I'm doing everything I can to survive.
Initially, the bandit's leaning on Shark, and I have trouble seeing him. I can't see him. And we say, lose sight, lose fight. If you can't see him, you're a dead man. You're as good as dead, because it's only going to be a matter of seconds before he maneuvers behind you and kills you with one of his missiles.
To his credit, Merkin tells me pretty quick that he doesn't see the bandit.
Still no joy. Tell me where the bandit is.
So now I know that I've got to tell Merkin where that bandit is so he can get in the game.
Judge 2, Liberty is 7 o'clock, high for 1 mile.
Now Merkin enters the engagement, and at that instant, the bandit sees him and decides to fight Merkin.
Judge 2 has that bandit switch, pointing at you.
Judge 2, Talio, bandit's on me.
All of a sudden, the guy's trying to engage me, and I'm in an extremely defensive situation.
Judge 2 engaged.
Our 2 jets go flying past each other, me and the bandit.
So now Merkin is having to fight that bandit from a defensive position. This is dangerous for Merkin, but this whole time it's allowing me to gain an offensive advantage and kill the bandit. Merkin has to do his very best defensive maneuvers while I get in a position to kill the bandit.
Judge 2 defensive.
Judge 2 chink low and flare.
The biggest adrenaline rush during the ACM engagement is I'm out there flying my best trying to stay alive while this guy's racing around behind me. And just seeing out of the corner of my eye, I just see this other eagle just swoop down. Just Shark swooping down to kill this guy and I'm thinking, oh, that's pretty cool.
Judge Willing, kill bandit, left-hand turn behind the eagle. Judge, knock it off, and let's go home.
It's not important who gets that kill. Both of us know in that engagement that we work together to make it happen. And yeah, he's going to go back and paint a star on the side of his jet, and I'm not. But we worked as a team to make that happen, to get the kill.
Even though Merkin wasn't the guy that killed the bandit and I was, together as a two-ship, we were successful. He survived long enough for me to gain an offensive position and kill that bandit. And that, to us, is being a team player.
That's a pretty cool thing to think. He's talking about us as a team. I mean, I'm on his team. Well, that's pretty cool. It's not bad to be on the team with Michael Jordan. That's a good thing. After months of hardcore training, me and Getzno just decided we needed a break, and my dad was in town, so we just decided we'd all go hang out.
Todd and Mike Love and I went out on a boat that they had rented from the base, and we just went out in Panama City Bay.
Oh, look at that guy right there.
They were so relaxed after months of tremendous pressure, and here they are just having a wonderful day.
Sitting there at the bar was really the first time that we thought about, hey, we're not always going to be right here at the Gulf here in Panama City. We're going to be, potentially in the Persian Gulf, and we really started thinking forward. We're really excited about graduating, but you have to think about what that means. It's not like you're just graduating, you get your diploma. You're actually thinking about going off to war.
There's a variety of rumors about how the assignments will happen and where we might get assignments to. Rumors about married guys will have to go overseas. Another rumor was that you won't get to choose at all, you'll just be given an assignment. So there's all kind of rumors about how the assignment process works.
It would be really cool if we could all stay together when we graduate, the three of us, and just go onto the same base. But I know that no squadron out in the Combat Air Force is going to accept 3 brand new wingmen. That's just really something about the military, and it stinks. It sucks for us here because, Getzno and Patch and all the guys are all great guys, and I know there's no way we're all going to be able to be together at the same base.
It hasn't sunk in yet that the end result of this training is to fly the world's greatest air superiority fighter and do a job that nobody else does in the country. By the end of this program, I'm going to be one of the few guys that's charged with that huge responsibility to protect our assets here at home and then abroad if that's required.
A great people has been moved to defend a great nation.
We're very anxious about where we're going. We're a little bit nervous. I think about the fact that very soon I could be in a war.
Our country is strong.
Nobody really wants to go to war. People die. But some things are worth war. To me, my family, my friends that I protect while I'm flying, my way of life, my freedom is worth it.
We go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode. Next time on the season finale of American Fighter Pilot, Marcus makes a costly mid-air mistake.
Had this been a real mission, I wouldn't have returned home today.
Which of these 3 pilots will win the coveted Top Gun award as 110 days of training end?
The Top Gun award winner for this class is...
And the reality of war begins.